I got the moves. I got the moves. Oh, I'm making moves. You gotta move. You gotta make the city move. Like, whoa. I make the city move. I got the move.
I've gone over the disappointments. Now it's time to look at the surprises. This has been one hectic NBA season, and I've seen a lot of teams shock everyone by performing at a higher level than what was imagined. I'll be going over those teams in today's video. If you're new here and enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe for more NBA content. But with that being said, let's get right into this top 4. Honorable mention, the Indiana Pacers. Okay, before we actually look into the top 4, I had to include the Pacers on this list. Though they have performed at an expected level throughout the season, the big surprise is how they have maintained this level of success after the loss of Victor Oladipo. After Oladipo's season was ended due to injury, many thought Indiana would fall down the standings and lose their home court advantage. But with players like Bogdanovic and Miles Turner stepping up, they've held onto the 4th seed and may secure home court advantage for the first round of the playoffs. Obviously, this whole season wasn't a surprise, but the fact they haven't lost their footing after losing their number 1 player is very surprising to me. But for real now, let's get right into this top 4. Number 4, the Sacramento Kings. The Kings coming into this season were looked upon as a young rising team that will continue to develop their players, but likely take again or still lose a lot of games. That hasn't turned out to be the case, because throughout this season, the Kings have actually been in the playoff hunt, and though they won't make the playoffs, they were definitely right up there with the best. De'Aaron Fox is proving he's a future all-star, averaging an outstanding 17.6 points a game and 7 assists. All of this has gotten him tons of praise from NBA fans and players, some calling him the best player from the 2017 draft class. The Kings will most likely finish the season with 40 wins, which is crazy because I don't know many people who would have predicted that before the season. Number 3, the LA Clippers. After trading away the rest of the Big 3 late last season, the Clippers' Lob City era was over, so in many fans' eyes, it was time to rebuild. But the Clippers weren't just ready to do that yet. With Tobias Harris, Lou Williams, Patrick Beverley and more, the team surprised many and were in the playoff hunt. Then, at the deadline, the Clippers made a bold move, sending Tobias Harris and Boban Marjanovic to the 76ers. Many thought this was again the end of the Clippers' playoff run, but they continued to play well and now they will 100% be in the playoffs. Many counted this team out. Many said the Lakers were back to being the number 1 team in LA, but the Clippers have showed up everyone and proved to be a very competitive team, even without any All-Stars. They've proven themselves as a real threat in the West, and it's going to be very interesting to see how much damage they can do in the playoffs. Number 2, the Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets have been a pretty unlucky team over the past couple of seasons. In the 2016-17 season, they missed out on a playoff spot by 1 game, and in 2017-18, they lost a game which decided who would make the playoffs, themselves or the Timberwolves. What makes matters worse is that they lost by only a couple of points in that game, and they traded rising star Donovan Mitchell in the draft before that season. Denver just couldn't get things done. All of that changed this season as players like Jokic and Murray became stars in their roles, and they've now led the Nuggets to a top 2 seed in the Western Conference. Jokic is an MVP candidate, Jamal is a future All-Star, and thanks to likely Coach of the Year Michael Malone, this team has surprised a lot of people. I myself believe that the Nuggets would finish at least in the playoff picture, most likely around the 6 to 8 seed. But the amount they've achieved this season is crazy, and not what a lot of people expected. The Nuggets have far rose above the expectations people gave them this season, which is why I have them on this list. Number 1, the Brooklyn Nets. The Nets have pretty much been a trash team since the 2012 offseason, after that awful trade they made. Most NBA fans coming into the season just pretty much ignored them. I didn't really pay much attention to them coming into the season, and unfortunately, I kind of fall into that category. Though I didn't just send them to the bottom of the East like most people, I thought they'd finish around 10 to 11. I still didn't really think this team would become anything special, especially after D'Angelo Russell's rough past couple of seasons with them. but luckily D'Lo proved me wrong and has flat out balled this season, averaging 21 points, 7 assists and becoming a first-time All-Star this season. Along with D'Angelo, the rise of Jarrett Allen and great role players like LeVert and Dinwiddie becoming above average starters, this team has done amazing this season and currently sit at equal 7th in the East with the potential to move into 6th. They have been playing a fantastic brand of basketball and it's clear to see that the team has great chemistry. Just look at their bench during games, the players have such a good bond. And things can only get brighter. With the offseason coming around, the Nets look like they are primed to sign a major free agent. Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving and Jimmy Butler, just some of the names and rumors linked with the franchise. So overall, this season has just been fantastic for the Nets, and it's why they are the biggest surprises for me this season. But that will conclude the top 4. Let me know what you guys think of this list. Did I miss any teams? Let me know in the comments below. My school holidays have just started now, and with playoffs knocking on the door, I'm going to have a ton of videos coming out for you guys, so stay tuned. But if you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe. But with that being said, I am out. Peace.